Rev up your engines!
Storm Sailor says, what do you think about the auto industry moving towards electric vehicles? Okay, I've got videos on electric cars. I just did one on why I think hydrogen fuel cells will be more over pure electric cars with batteries. Because hydrogen fuel cell is an electric car. It just uses hydrogen in a fuel cell to make electricity. The problem with electric cars are if you're having a battery, you need a big heavy battery to store electricity. Electricity is hard to store. That's why we have gas cars. Gasoline's real easy to store. Small little tank can get you 400 miles. Not so. You need a gigantic electric battery to go 200 miles. So I think that it'll be a niche thing for a while, electric cars. And if they do want to go to electric cars, you'll see Toyota just came out with a hydrogen electric car. They sell them in California, or they lease them in California. And if they decide to do electrolysis and turn seawater into hydrogen and oxygen and then sell the gases and use hydrogen gas, that wouldn't be a bad move, because any car you're driving today can run really well on hydrogen gas. It can be easily converted. And then when all those cars are worn out, if we had fuel cell cars, we would have all the infrastructure of hydrogen station. There's already hydrogen refilling stations in California, and you can Google it and you'll see they look just like gas pumps, and they fill them up, just looks like a gas pump. It takes 5 minutes to fill it up, where with a pure electric car with a battery in it, it can take you, even in a Tesla superstation, 58 minutes to recharge it, and at home with 112 volts, it could take 3.5, 4 days. So I really think fuel cell cars may be the future, and it's all going to be in the far future anyways. It's going to take a long time to turn it over, and the oil companies are going to fight it tooth and nail. So I think it's going to be a long time for people actually driving massive volumes of electric cars. They still have way too many bugs in them. Casey Thompson says, Scotty, I'm looking to get my first car. What should I get that's somewhat sporty and stay reliable? Of course, it depends on money and all the stuff that you want to do. But if you want something that's sporty and reliable, get a Toyota. You know, they're really reliable, and you can get sporty type ones, or maybe a Honda and get a sporty type ones. If you want an actual sports car, go out and get a Mustang. You know, it all depends on how much money you want to spend and what you want to get, too. You know, some people think, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get a nice sporty car for 15 grand. Not a new one. It would have to be used. But if you're talking brand new, yeah, I'd say get a Toyota or get a Honda, or if you don't mind spending the money on a Mustang with a V8 engine. But, you know, it all depends on what you want to spend, what kind of gas mileage you want to get, and do the research on what you're going to get for the money, because sporty is a very relative term. But the Toyotas, I mean, they're nice, and they can run a really long time. Get a standard transmission one, and then they drive a lot sportier. Any car is like that. Even you get a Honda Civic, you get it with a standard transmission. That's a fast little car, and it's sporty to drive around. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Jared says, Scotty, my 14 Dodge Avenger has a 5-cylinder misfire on a number 5. It needs an ignition coil. I see people replace them, but I can't find it. What's my best option? Okay, just Google it, and you'll see where the engine and where the parts are. Those coils are hidden away. Well, if you Google it or YouTube it, and you'll see some guy will show you probably exactly where on that engine to change it, because you got to know which one is number 5. You Google it, you get the information like that. Just realize that if you do have a misfire in cylinder number 5, it isn't necessarily the coil. It can be the fuel injector, it can be the head gasket going, it can be a vacuum leak. There's many things that can cause a misfire. But of course, the simplest thing to do, if you really want to do a test without spending any money at all, is take the number 5 coil off. Swap it with the number 1 and drive it. And then if it now has a number 1 misfire, you know it's the coil. Do the cheapest obvious things first. That's what I always tell people. Just for access, what are your thoughts on CataClean for cleaning out catalytic converters? Okay, well, it can actually work. It is a cleaner. You pour in a gas tank, and then you drive it. If your catalytic converter is minorly clogged up, it could fix it. I've had customers use that, and it fixed it, and they passed the inspection. But realize that little can diluted in your gas tank, how much is it going to do diluted? You're better running full strength cleaner through the fuel injection system than you are diluting stuff in the gas tank. Now, when I clean them for my customers, I use my air tank with a compressor, and I got a special gauge machine that hooks up to the fuel rail, and it sprays the cleaner directly, and the engine runs on it, and that actually works a lot better. But heck, if you want to try Cat Clean, buy it and put it in the tank, and your cat isn't dirty that bad, it can work. I've seen it work. Doesn't cost that much. I know some of them say they guarantee that it'll pass. Well, what the heck if they say that and it doesn't work? Give them an email and have them send your money back. I don't know if they actually do that, but I know a lot of them say they'll give you your money back if it doesn't work. So what the heck if it doesn't work? Get your money back from the company.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.